welcome back again to Lavender Coco Kitchen. Well, I'm back with the lovely LAKSHMI. And LAKSHMI, I know everyone is really keen to know your progress. Like, how are you feeling now that you've started having the daily green juice?
Yeah, I feel really, really good. So I think the biggest thing that's changed for me is I have heaps more energy now than I did before.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, that's what it'll do for you. Really pick up your energy levels a lot.
And I can fit back into my little skirt.
Oh, wow, and you look really nice too.
This was actually too tight before and now it fits. It's
Well, you can see the progress happening already.
Yeah.
And today, I have a treat for you. Because I know there's a certain treat that you really like and you keep saying you want to order it on Uber Eats.
Yeah.
And what is that?
Churros.
Why do you like churros?
I don't know. It's like, it reminds me a bit of a donut, but it's a bit more crunchy. So it's got that nice crunchiness on the outside and it's nice and squishy and tasty on the inside. So it's like my #1 Uber Eats treat on the go.
Yeah, and what about the sauces that go with it?
Yeah, so the sauces are very sweet.
Yeah, extremely sweet.
They're actually too sweet, to be honest.
Well, actually, I'm glad you said that because I'm going to make a delicious chocolate orange sauce, which is not too sweet.
Chocolate orange?
Yeah, it is really good. I'm telling you, you're really going to like it.
It sounds better than the normal sauce, to be honest.
It is.
And that's a big thing.
Yeah. Well, I personally find their chocolate sauce overly sweet, and chocolate's not something that needs to be sweet.
Yes.
Because it is so delicious on its own, really. I mean, with just a bit of sugar, obviously.
You can taste more of the flavour in chocolate when it's not overly saturated with sugar.
That's true, because otherwise it just tastes like sickly sugar syrup.
Pretty much.
And you lose the chocolate altogether.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. So I'm going to show you how to make healthier churros.
Healthy churros.
Yeah.
Have you ever heard of that?
Well, there is a way to make healthy churros.
There is?
But obviously it's not going to be exactly like what you would buy because these are baked, they're not deep fried.
Baked churros.
Yeah, so we're getting rid of all the excess oil because I personally find churros too oily. I don't know about you.
When you squeeze them, there's all this like oily juice that comes out.
Yeah, which is not very pleasant.
I don't know why I squeeze churros.
So in mine, we're not going to have any deep fried oil.
Okay, awesome.
And we're going to use spelt flour, wholemeal spelt flour, which is less refined than normal white flour that they would normally use. So it's got more nutrients in it. Awesome. And it's also low GI, which means it will absorb into your bloodstream more slowly. So you won't get that sudden rush and then deflate.
Yeah, that happens a lot.
Yeah, which you don't want. You want ongoing energy.
Yes.
Yeah, so we're going to use that, and we're going to use coconut sugar.
Amazing.
Which is less refined sugar than white sugar. And it also is low GI, so it won't give you a rush and a low. Exciting or interesting ingredient we're using is chickpea liquid. Now you might have seen me use this before, which I just whip in the mixer to make a meringue, and that is just used to lighten the dough.
Awesome.
So the dough we're making is it's more like choux pastry, which is crispy on the outside, but it's pretty airy inside. So you're not getting too much glugginess, like from having too much flour and stuff.
Okay.
Also, one more point is I'm not going to put too much sugar in it either. Not in the actual dough, because you know when it comes out, it's rolled in a mixture of sugar and cinnamon.
Yes.
So we're still going to do that, but we're not going to put too much sugar in it.
Okay.
So you'll still get a bit of sweetness, but we won't overdo that.
Amazing.
Which doesn't look very pleasant, but that is chickpea liquid.
Looks kind of nasty.
And it's actually going to become very nice after a while.
Okay.
So let's pour a half a cup of that.
Half a cup of sludgy.
Yeah.
Sludge.
Now just to stabilise that, to make a more stable meringue, we have xanthan gum, which you can buy in supermarkets or health food stores. Only a 1/4 teaspoon.
A 1/4 teaspoon.
It just helps the meringue Okay.
Chuck it in.
Yeah. Stir it in.
Chuck it in.
Good. Now we're just going to beat it like crazy. So while that's beating, you can leave it beating, but we can't hear because it's noisy. So we're going to make the dough. So we need 1 cup of water into a saucepan. And into that we're going to put 3 tablespoons of coconut oil, a big one. And take note, this is the only oil that we're using.
3 of these?
Yeah.
Right. So
this is an oil that is better for your health.
Yeah.
And as you know, it's good for your hair and your skin as well.
It doesn't give me horrendous acne.
Yeah.
Which some people pointed out quite well when I was in high school.
Yes, it wasn't very nice, was it?
Near.
But then you weren't eating a very good diet then either.
No, I wasn't.
Now I can see your skin is a lot nicer.
Yeah, take that. No, just kidding. Not really.
So now we need a tablespoon of coconut sugar. Right, and just to bring out the flavour, we'll put a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. So you don't need much salt, it just brings the flavour.
Ocean breeze.
And I'm sure what you buy has probably got a lot more salt in it as well as the sugar.
Of course.
Yeah. So a teaspoon of vanilla. Vanilla just gives it a nice flavour.
Delicious. Fabulous. Going to.
Yeah. So now, just stir it a little.
Give it a little.
And we'll take it to the stove, and the sugar has to dissolve and it has to boil.
Okay.
And when it boils, we're going to put in a cup of the flour.
All right.
High heat, medium to high. Just stir it and you'll see the sugar dissolving. And then after a while the water will start boiling. Okay, it's boiling now, so just take it off the heat. You can see the bubbles. Bring it over to is you tip in the flour and you've got to mix it very firmly to incorporate the flour.
Right.
It does take a bit of work. You can put it all in at once. Just put it all in, dump it in. Don't be afraid, just throw it in there.
I don't want to make a giant lump.
That's what it's supposed to do. You got to throw it in and you got to mix vigorously.
Whatever.
Yeah, now mix it vigorously.
It smells really good.
Yeah, see?
It smells like caramel.
Yeah, it does actually.
And coconut.
But it does take quite a lot of mixing with a bit of muscle.
What muscle?
Actually, you need to work out to do this.
Excuse me?
I know you do some working out.
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes.
Well, I'm getting back into it now.
Yeah, well, this is going to help with the arm exercise.
My chicken arms. What chicken arms?
So what we want is a nice smooth dough with no lumps, and it does require a lot of mixing. And while you're mixing that, I'll just keep whipping the aquafiber over here. The dough's looking smoother and shinier.
Shiny.
Yeah, that's looking a lot better. That's a meringue. Yeah, so what we're going to do is incorporate the meringue into the dough. It's got no sugar in it, so it won't be very nice. But once it's mixed in here, it will be nice.
Okay.
So we'll just mix in a bit at a time. So shake that off. So just start mixing that in till it's all incorporated.
Fold it in.
That's not quite enough mixing. Look, get into it.
You get into it.
I want to see a bit more muscle
I
from
think you can tell I don't spend much time in the kitchen.
Yeah.
Hence Ubi.
Well, no, not either eats. As you can see, after I've done all the work,
Excuse you?
the mixture is like this now. It's
Amazing.
a bit lighter than it was before. So now we're going to put it in a piping bag.
Alright.
So that we can pipe the churros. To make it a bit easier, I'll just put it in the glass and fold it down. Like that. And now just put the mixture into the bag. And I'll just shake it down a bit. Push it down.
Stuck. Oh no, it's stuck.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Okay. Pull up the piping bag. Now you got to twist and push the mixture down like this, and twist it so it doesn't come out, and just make sure it's coming out like that.
Baby churros.
Yeah, so we're going to pipe lengths onto the baking paper firmly, but not too hard because we don't want the bag to burst. Yeah, that's right. And so as you know, Valentine's Day is coming up.
Oh no. Nothing.
So you could make these to share with somebody if you want.
Myself.
Or your mum. So another thing you could do with this is make a heart shape.
Ew.
If you really wanted to.
No thanks. I'm good.
But it's an option if you want to do it.
Nope.
So just pipe
What the heck was that?
into a heart as best you can.
Oh, how lovely.
Yeah. You could give that to somebody or not. So we'll just tie a few more of these. Maybe we'll make some over here. Right, now we're going to bake them at 180 degrees for about 25 to 30 minutes until they're quite crispy. So while it's cooking, we will make the chocolate sauce. Yeah. So we have vegan 70% cocoa dark chocolate.
Yes.
So it's fairly low in sugar. So we've just broken it into little bits. Don't eat it now. Now put it into a bowl. Just tip it all in. So we're going to melt it with some heated coconut cream.
Oh.
So I just got some coconut cream from the can. A cup, so just put it in the saucepan.
Yes.
Yeah. And what we're going to do is heat this till it's boiling and then pour it onto the chocolate. Put it on a high fire. Just stir it a bit till it sort of melts. And then you just leave it till it starts to boil. You can see little bubbles appearing. So you can take it off the heat now.
Yep.
And pour it over the chocolate. It's going to melt the chocolate. Okay, so just leave the chocolate there to sit. So, are you ready to grate the orange?
I am ready to grate this orange. I'm trying to keep it G.
Do you know how to grate an orange? No. There's an easier way.
What?
Scrape it like that.
Okay.
You can see the orange peel appearing on the grater. So now you just want to stir that until the chocolate's all melting all through it. Just keep stirring and it'll all bring it together.
Delicious coconutty chocolate.
Yeah, you'll start to see a chocolate sauce forming,
Chocolate
which is
sauce.
very nice. Next bit is to add some flavour.
Flavor?
Yeah, so I've got here cardamom powder,
Okay.
which I'm sure you know we put this in our Indian cooking. And it's very nice with chocolate. So we put a teaspoon of that in. The orange rind that you grated.
Yep.
Because orange and chocolate's a really nice combination. Okay, now a secret ingredient. If you want to make it even more special, you can put in some Cointreau.
The hell?
Which is an orange liqueur.
Cointreau.
But this is only for special occasions. Or whenever you want to treat yourself or anyone else.
How much?
So about 2 teaspoons.
Cointreau.
Of course, this is optional. The sauce will be just as nice without it. But this just gives it a little extra kick. Yeah, what do you think of it? Has it got a nice orangey taste?
Like a chocolate milkshake with orange.
Yeah.
Delish.
So as you see, it's quite thin right now.
Yep.
So what you really need to do is put it in the fridge. And this is great because you can make it like even up to a week in advance, or at least a day in advance, because in the fridge it obviously gets cold and it gets a lot thicker and the flavour develops. So you'll get an even more intense orange flavour after a day or so in the fridge. It's out of the oven. So now we need to remove them and put them over on a rack to cool. So if you want to help me, you just remove them from the paper and put them to cool. And then we're going to do the cinnamon and sugar on the top. I'm just melting a bit of vegan butter here, which we're going to brush on the churros. And sugar to go on the top, or to coat them in. So we got finely ground coconut sugar. It's just been ground in the blender to make it finer. So put 2 tablespoons of that in. And I'm putting in a teaspoon of cinnamon. Now we just want to mix this up.
The baby spoon.
Yeah.
Why do we have a baby spoon here?
I don't know. I don't know where it came from. So just mix it till it's kind of smooth and blended. What we do with our melted vegan butter, we're just going to brush the churros with the butter.
Ew.
And then we're going to roll them in the mixture we made.
Okay. I'm buttering my battered heart. My battered buttered heart.
So all we do now is just roll them in the sugar and cinnamon mixture.
Okay. That's so hard.
Oh, as you can see, this is a lot of fun. This is actually something you could make with somebody, couldn't you?
Who? Who?
Someone special. the other day. Here is some sauce that I made a day ago.
Previously.
Yes, and you see how it's gotten thick? It's thickened up nicely now. And it's really delicious. If you taste that, you'll probably notice it's got a more intense flavour.
Whoa.
Yeah, see? It's even better now, isn't it?
It's stronger.
Yeah.
Man, this is way better than what you get at restaurants.
Yes, say that again.
Man, this is way better than what you get at restaurants.
Well, you heard it here from LAKSHMI. So, give it a go. Now you can start dipping your delicious fresh churros in your delicious chocolate orange sauce.
Oh, yes.
And tell me what you think.
Okay. Just a minute of two.
Yeah. It's a verdict.
Really, really good. I'm just gonna take all of these with me.
So now, are you going to order Uber Eats now and get churros?
I mean,
well, it is a lot of mixing, I know that.
I don't like the mixing, but it tastes so good.
So you would agree it's worth it in the end?
Absolutely.
And also the fact that it's a lot better for you, it's not going to interrupt your healthy diet.
I can already tell because it's like, it's not too thick. It's really nice and smooth and light and fresh. You could eat these, have that same taste satisfaction and not feel heavy and gloggy after.
Yeah, that's
which
true.
Is perfect, especially if you like to keep fit or you're on a fitness journey, but you really want something sweet. I'm taking this home.
Yay! Success! So I've converted you to the homemade churros.
Yes.
Yeah. And you heard it from LAKSHMI, and as she said, it's a lot lighter. So you can get that taste satisfaction you crave, but you won't feel heavy and bloated, and you won't disrupt your healthy diet. And it's important to have a treat now and then.
Yeah, you need one.
Yeah, you really do. Because honestly, I couldn't really live without eating desserts. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Thank you.